Hey everyone, this is part one of my vlog for my AP Environmental Science project. I've taken the past couple days as I've been eating and drinking around my house and out to just kind of reflect on what I've been eating, and I've noticed a lot of things, just paying more attention to them really. And it's that I do eat very unhealthily. It's kind of bad once you think about it. I don't have soda at my house, but whenever I go out, I do drink it, which I know is bad. It's got like a lot of high fructose corn syrup and sugar and stuff that's not the best for your body in large doses. As well as going with that, my dad uses a lot of oils to cook food, and it's either fried or not so much fried, but like pan-seared and stuff like that, which is better than frying. But when I do go out, it's greasy and bad things, and a lot of meat actually. Like burgers, I go to places like that a lot. I get steak a lot from Chipotle and their bowls, so a lot of like red meat I do enjoy. And then when I can't like sit down for something like that, I'll grab takeout. Like if I'm going to the high school for a choir for a theater rehearsal, I don't really have time to eat at home or time to make food at home with all the homework I have. So I'll usually resort to either Wendy's or McDonald's or something like that. And whenever I go there, it's always a soda paired with a fried piece of meat, probably chicken nuggets, and french fries. And it's not good. And, taking time to reflect on that, I think some things that I could cut out of my diet are soda, mainly the big one. And then just to try to eat less deep fried food and food that uses like oils to be cooked in, just because there's other alternatives out there that I can easily get. But the problem is expense is one thing. Fast food is way cheaper than me going to somewhere like, I don't know, like Salad Works at the mall and getting a big salad, which is probably like $10 when I can get fast food for like 6 or 7. And I don't have a lot of money, so it's definitely something that I have to think about. And it has made me think about long-term stuff. I know I read something the other day, I don't know if it was true or not, but drinking 600 milliliters of soda has the same effect aging on your body as a pack of cigarettes does. And it's like, I kind of believed it when I first read it, but then as I thought about it more, it's one of those things that I don't know if I can trust it, but it did kind of scare me into thinking, like, is it really that bad for my body? So that's going to be something that I'm going to focus on. There's the soda. And again, going with the meat thing, that's something I've been thinking about for my presentation, about how if we ate less meat, it would impact the environment for the better. And I think definitely it's in my means of being capable to eat less meat and eat less red meat specifically, because I do eat a lot of poultry, but that's a little different than beef. So over the next few weeks until the project's due on the 15th, I'll definitely think about these things, and I know that I'm going to want to try to make a change, not just for myself and for the project, but to try to live a better and more sustainable life. Alright, I'm here for part 2 of the project for AP Environmental Science. And over the past couple days, as I've been, eating and drinking what I normally do, I've been thinking about some of the things that I can cut back on or change. One of the biggest things is what I drink. I do drink a lot of sugary and soda carbonated beverages, and I think that I'm going to try to stop drinking soda completely, and I'm going to try to drink less iced tea, because it's very sugary, the kind that I drink. I drink sweetened tea, which is not the best for you, but I'm going to try to drink less of that. I'm also going to try to stop, or not stop, but eat less of top tier meats like beef and pork and stuff like that. Like, I think chicken's fine. I'll leave chicken in. So I'll try to eat more chicken and less of the other ones, or if I can't avoid it, for whatever my dad's making, or just whatever's in the house before I have to go to school or wherever, I'll just try to eat less of it. Some other things that I'm going to try to avoid is the high fructose corn syrups. That was a issue that I definitely saw after assessing my diets. No, not my diets, but my diet and what I do eat. Some other things that I think it's just going to be a challenge based on the necessity I have sometimes for quick and available food. A lot of the microwavable or toaster oven stuff that I can just throw in and warm up real quick and eat. They're not optimized for healthy eating, and which is bad considering that's a lot of the stuff that I eat, like the fast food, the stuff that I can just go in and get and leave. for some reason it seems to always, like, the bad stuff seems to always be the easiest and the cheapest, which, I mean, I don't have a lot of money. I have a decent amount, but I can't spend it all on food, even though that's practically what I do anyway besides gas. And, you know, it's definitely an economic stress on my wallet if I do want to eat healthier, which is definitely a big problem. And to address issues like that, it's just, man, I really don't know how you can do stuff like that. So I predict that I'll be able to do the soda. It's going to be harder to do, it's definitely going to be harder to do the meat thing, because we do eat a lot of red meat in my house. Also a lot of chicken, but I mean, I think it's definitely going to be harder, for sure. The fructose corn syrup too, I mean, as long as I avoid, you know, like the candy, you know, the stuff like that usually has it in the soda, which has it as well, I think I'll be okay. But I mean, the longevity of this over like the next 2 weeks before the project's due, it's gonna be hard. So we'll see how it goes. Hey, we're back here. So we moved on to the next step here. We got the quinoa going. Looks pretty good. It's gonna become better once it's done. And then, as you can see, I'm tearing up kind of badly from all the onions that I was just cutting. And now we're gonna move on to cutting some of the other vegetables and straining some of the ones that were in cans, and give another update soon. All right, we're back for the final step here. All I gotta do is wait for this to keep stewing, and then I'll have to put the quinoa in and take a look at it. Looks pretty good. So look at that. And we got the quinoa in here still. Oh, it's fluffed up. Now the fluffed up quinoa, because it's so dry, is gonna suck up all the moisture from the chili, which is gonna make it, one, get a bunch of flavor, and two, it's gonna taste really good. Alright, so all I have to do now is wait for the chili and to put it away. It's all done, as you can see. Just put the quinoa in from over here. And now we're all good in the hood. I think it's gonna be pretty good. And it's completely vegetarian. It might even be vegan, but I don't vouch. Don't quote me on that. Yeah. Hey everybody, so this is going to be my last vlog from my project for environmental science. I've taken the past about 3 weeks, I think it's a little bit less, to track what I've been eating on the daily, drinking, and, you know, purchases that I've been making. The biggest thing that I wanted to try to do, which I did accomplish, was to not drink soda. When I first started, I drank soda probably like 2-3 times a week, which, I mean, doesn't seem like a lot, but like, it wouldn't be just like a 8-ounce like mini can. It would be like a 20-ounce like fountain drink, maybe with a refill or two. So it added up. Instead of that, I've been drinking a lot of water and iced tea, which I've been drinking like kind of half unsweetened, half sweetened. And I know the unsweetened's better for me. It's also, you know, it's roughly the same price as soda if it's in a can. But it is more expensive if I buy it in bulk, like the 1 gallon, which, you know, it's better for me, so I'm willing to pay the price. I guess that's what it comes down to. As well as fast food, I would, like, beforehand, I would say that I probably ate, I don't know, 2-3 times a week, like out. So every Saturday I have rehearsal, and we have an hour lunch break, and I don't have time to come home for rehearsal, so I still did go out, so 3 times, because it was 3 Saturdays. So I mean, I did cut it like in half though. I mean, I only went out once a week. When in comparison, that's not that bad. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, it was probably almost the same, less for the food, but I mean, the soda and the drinking, I mean, water's cheap, yeah, but the iced tea wound up costing me more, so it's probably about the same. And I don't really feel any different because, it's only been like not a lot of time. But I have been drinking more water, and I've been getting more sleep too, but that's completely unrelated. But I feel great because I'm getting like 9-10 hours of sleep every night instead of the 6 that I'm normal. I guess that's what second semester senior year is doing for me, which I'm not going to complain. Yeah, I mean, one thing that I was trying to focus on was the meat consumption, which you'll see with my vlogs about cooking the food, and the quinoa chili for my taste and share thing. And it was to eat less meat in daily food. And as it may be hard for some people, either hard to just find proper protein in other places through beans and nuts, it's also just harder because we as a society don't really have mainstream ways of eating without meat. I mean, yes, we do. There's vegetarians and vegans, but it's a complete lifestyle change for a lot of different people. I know my household would never be able to do it just because my sister and my dad, not saying they wouldn't go vegetarian or vegan one day. It's just the way they eat now and the amount of meat that they eat. It'd be hard to see anything different, which is a problem that I definitely think that we're facing, is that people are so used to what they're doing and to what they've been doing for years and since they've been kids, is just to eat meat regular, like the summertime hamburgers, hot dogs, 2-3 times a week in the summertime. I mean, that's normal in my house. I mean, we have burgers once a week and then hot dogs for lunch or whatever. It's a lot of meat. What if I had a salad instead? I like a good salad, but that doesn't mean that it's going to always be there just because, availability. That's another thing I think too. I think a lot of the meats are prepackaged and not fresh, as people say. So the demand can be spread out, which I get that. It's all about business and money and monetary reasons, which is another big thing. But I think the thing that I definitely did learn from this little reflection on my eatings and how I've been doing is that it is easier to eat better to a certain extent, but then at certain points you do hit a wall where you can't really go any further. For me, I'm not always the one making my food, so I can't be hey Dad, don't cook with meat. It's like a little, because I'm not going to cook something different for myself if my dad's already making dinner. I mean, in my mind, that's wasting time that I don't have to do homework or other things or rehearsal. And maybe when I'm older, I will. But right now, I'm definitely limited by my financials and as well as my time too. Because even though that salad looks really good, it might take 30 minutes to cut up and make a big bowl. But then I see ramen or something along those lines, pizza, bagels, whatever, and I can just pop it in the oven and it'll be done, and I can do other stuff while I'm waiting for it. So, I mean, as a whole, I did learn a few things though. Drink more water, get more sleep, but those are almost completely unrelated. Yeah, so this is Tyler out. Yeah, it's been real.